Paul, at the end of his letter to the Ephesians, he exhorts the Christians there to equip themselves with the armor of God so that they can fight a spiritual battle. He writes, "Finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power. Put on the whole armor of God so that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For our struggle is not against blood and flesh, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers of this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God so that you may be able to withstand on the evil day, and having prevailed against everything, to stand firm." You know, so many men, and this is nothing against them, this is probably a good thing, but so many men try to master using firearms and weapons and physical combat because there's something about being a protector that is a part of our nature. But I don't have any interest in really owning guns. And the reason is because I'm probably not going to have to protect my family against anything with a gun in my life. And it's partially the way I was raised, and you can probably critique me for that. But one thing I think everyone needs to be equipped for is protecting against the spiritual forces of darkness around us. Because if you haven't noticed, we live in a very dark, dark world. We live in a world where the mass murdering of unborn children is normalized and glorified. We live in a place where people's mental illnesses are treated as normal and as something that needs to be celebrated instead of helping them recover. And so I really hope that we can choose to put on the full armor of God, and because we don't fight a physical war. The war that we are fighting is spiritual. And so we need to equip ourselves with spiritual weapons. And one of the most important weapons that we need is the truth. We can defend ourselves against our enemies even with the truth, because we can hold on to those truths and the promises of God and hold on to these virtues of justice and righteousness and peace in our lives. So we need to put on this full armor of God. Stand therefore and belt your waist with the truth, and put on the breastplate of righteousness. Lace up your sandals in preparation for the gospel of peace. With all these take the shield of faith, with which you will be able to quench all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. Pray in the Spirit at all times, in every prayer and supplication. To that end, keep alert and always persevere in supplication for all the saints. I hope today that you will pray for me, and you'll pray for all the other people in the congregation, because the devil and his angels are not taking it easy. They aren't taking a day off today. And they are going to try to tempt all of us to forget what we talked about on Sunday. Forget the virtue that we're supposed to strive for, as the apostles, especially Peter in 2 Peter, tells us that we need to strive for with all eagerness. And so I hope that we will equip ourselves today, equip our minds and our hearts with the truth and with the promises of God, and always hold true to them and remain faithful. Please pray for all of us. Pray for our brothers and sisters out there that are facing temptations that we don't even know about, because this is what we are commanded to do.